Hello there, folks. I was hoping I'd be able to do this video on the balcony, but it was a little colder outside today, so I deal with inside. I was thinking of doing something special that I have done on my blog a couple of times, but I felt like let's do it in front of the camera this time, even though I can't give any sound bites due to copyright and so on. Yesterday I bought a bunch of 45's, more 45's, totally of 11 of them, which one I bought for 50 cents, the rest for 10 cents each. Once again, it was a whole lot of these that I can take a little chances on, blind buys that some I have no idea what it actually is, but that is the excitement of hearing something new and see if I had something new to collect or if it's just out the door as fast as it came. So I was thinking that I'm going to show these 11 now, then I'm going to give them a spin, and afterwards I will give a review of the first impression I had of these singles, whether they will stay or not. So 4 of these I can count away because I know the songs already from the past, or in one case also know at least how the style is. Then I don't need to do a real review of stuff I already know. We have a Swedish singer, 2 singles by Swedish Schlager singer entertainer Lindfors, and her Swedish version of Always Something There to Remind Me, in Swedish called Alltid Något som får mig att minnas, and the B-side Låt mig vara det är bra, which is a Swedish version of Don't Think Twice, It's Alright. This Swedish version of Always Something There to Remind Me I've heard, so it's nothing new to me. Same goes with her other song here, where she sings a couple of Brazilian songs, translated into Swedish. Fri som en vind, which is a Swedish version of Canto de Asanha. I hope that my Portuguese weren't all that bad. A song by Baden Powell. And we have Hör min samba, a Swedish version of Maskenada, the JorgenS song. And those I'm also familiar with, so I don't need to pretend like I never heard them before. Then we have more Swedish Schlager by a guy named Tage Severin. I have not heard that much with that name, but I know the style, so I know it's a very, very happy, cozy 50s Swedish Schlager. Here we have Swedish version of Spring is in the Air, Magic Moment, Diana, as in Paul Anka's Diana, and I'm in the Mood for Love, and at least Diana I have heard before, so that is nothing new. And we have a single from Monaco with a singer named Michel Theur. This was an entry for the Eurovision Song Contest back in 1977. She competed for Monaco, who at that time was still in the Eurovision Song Contest, and a song called Un Petit Français. And on the other side, I'm just a simple country girl from France. Un Petit Français is a really great French typical Eurovision song from the 70s, and I've heard that, so I don't need to do a review of this either. But I have shown them anyway. Now, these are the ones that I will judge. Some of these I know the artist of, but I haven't heard the song that much, or in many cases not at all. Here we have the 50 center, Count Basie and his orchestra, Flute Juice, Lollipop, Low Life, a Verve release, distributed by Carousel. So I would expect that this is 60s recordings. We have Pointer Sisters and Everybody is a Star and Late on the Line. These are from the album Energy that I have, but it was an album that went in and out here. It wasn't that interesting. So I hardly remember this song actually. So I going to treat it as I never heard it before because I don't remember it, which says a lot about this album. It was not as good as I hoped, but maybe it is one of these cases where the singles at least are good. Who knows? This is interesting. This is an early Giorgio Moroder, here only named Giorgio, and his version of the Ludwig van Beethoven's Felice, named Lonely Lovers Symphony, and Crippled Words on the B-side. We have an artist that I normally haven't had that big hopes on, Marilyn Martin. This is from 1986, so I would assume that this is from the same album as her big hit with Phil Collins, Separate Lives. This is Body and the Beat, and the dream is always the same on the B-side. The B-side is produced by Simon Climie from Climie Fisher and Naked Eyes. So it will be very, very interesting to see where this is going. Another name that I have, of course, heard of, but haven't normally been someone that I listen that much to, Nat Bianco. Some songs are good, but mostly it hasn't been attracted me that much. So let's see what this is going to be. Whose side are you on? And the other side. Cheryl Baker, If Paradise is Half as Nice, from 1987. I have no idea what this is. This is a complete blind buy, and if I'm going to make a guess, it can be fun to make a guess and see if I'm right. She looks like she could be some kind of singer-songwriter like Susan Vega wannabe or something like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Let's find out. And finally, we have a release from Prestige. This was was the main reason why I bought it. Curiosity, because Prestige normally releases jazz and have given me a whole lot of great albums. This is Bill Summers and the Summer's Heat, with a song A-side called Straight to the Bank and Your Love. I have been doubtful about this, but because I'm feeling that it's either jazz fusion or kind of a jazz funk. Hopefully in that case more of the later than the first one. But it's going to be interesting to see. I got the curiosity got over me to hear what Prestige released in the 70s, and for 10 cents, why not? So with that, let's go inside and see what this is. It's going to be exciting. Will it be a hit and stay in the collection? Will it be a flop and go right out the door as fast as it came? So, with that, I have now given these a spin right here on the turntable, and I will do a short review of each and every one of them. As I said, will skip those, the Swedish ones and the Eurovision single from Monaco, as I already know these. and you will most likely also not understand what I'm talking about, as they are unfamiliar to most of you. But the rest will be my pleasure to give a first impression of them, what's staying and what is going. So let's start with Count Basie. Start with Flute Juice, which is a really nice big band song with a really great beginning with Basie playing kind of an intro on piano, and then a flute goes in, a flute that will return every now and then after a soft beginning the orchestra comes in, and it's a great swing and really great song with a great flute. So that one is really great. Lollipop, Neil Hefti, surprisingly good to be Neil Hefti, that I have no huge no high hopes of. I think also that one is really great, with a great mood and really great with trumpet with sordine and clarinet playing so well together. Then the other side, the B-side, Low Life. It is a little bit slow and slowly moving. Good horns, nice and cozy, without that little extra swing. But the single entirely is really great. Thumbs up. Okay. And I'm also going to say that when I review jazz and when I review ordinary pop singles, I have different kind of ways, because a jazz EP / 45 a single, a jazz 45, are consisting of songs that in most cases are just as equally well made. They are just as, all of the songs are just as important. When it comes to an ordinary pop song, A side is the one they're promoting, the B side are more or less a card filler. Then of course the A side is the one that is a little bit better, a little bit more well made. Think of that when you hear these reviews. But Count Basie stays. We have Pointer Sisters, Everybody is a Star, and Lay It on the Line. Everybody is a Star. These are from the Energy album that I already have called away. But Everybody is a Star is could have been good, because it's a really nice ballad that really nice mood. If it weren't for, is that the refrain or is it the bridge, or I don't know, but all of a sudden the sisters go and I quote, ba 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 ba, and it sounds more like a cartoon chickens humming in the background from Walt Disney or something like that, than something that belongs in this song, and it destroys so much of this otherwise pretty nice song. The B-side, Late on the Line, is Pointer Sisters going more rockier style. It doesn't fit them, in my opinion, at all, and that was one of the reasons why I called away the Energy album, because it never suited them of going more rock stylish, and it doesn't do many things. So this one will not stay. We have something as unusual as an early Georgian Marauder from 1973. This is Lonely Lovers Symphony, Für Elise, also by Ludwig van Beethoven, and Crippled Words, the B-side. And Lonely Lover Symphony is actually really, really great. It's like a rock disco symphony with vocals. It has few Elise going through with the entire song, more or less, but it's very, very big, it's powerful, with orchestra and kind of a disco beat, and really well made, fantastic well made. I guess there are an instrumental version of this also somewhere, I don't know, but it would be very interesting to hear that. So that one is a really great one. The B-side, Crippled Words, was okay, but it was a little boring with lyrics filled with cliches. But that doesn't matter. The A-side is so fantastic, great. The Lonely Lover Symphony, Peter Elise part. So this one definitely. We have Malin Martin, The Body and the Beat. And the A-side, the main side, is really great produced. The melody may not be the best, but the production is really, really great. Pop rock disco style, like 1986. But the melody was maybe not the best. Was waiting for a real refrain, and it disappointed me that it never came. But the production is of this is really, really great. Here is one of the few cases where the B-side actually saves it very big, because the B-side, The Dream Is Always the Same, is produced by Simon Climie, and it is really, really great. A really great song, very cozy, and really nice production by Simon Climie. Really, really soft, little mysterious, but it's really, really great. And maybe the best song I ever heard of Malin Martin, who I otherwise haven't heard that much interesting by, but this one is actually one of the best singles I've heard of her, so it's great. Then we have Matt Bianco, Whose Side Are You On? I'm sorry, Matt, not on your side. Because it is kind of a cocktail pop jazz style, 80s style, that is, and I was hoping that it could be the cocktail pop jazz style would be at the beginning, and then it will morph into something more interesting, but it walks through the entire song, and it becomes very stale and uninteresting. The B-side, little better, it's called The Other Side. It is definitely a card killer because it's instrumental, same cocktail pop jazz, but instrumental and little more interesting, but definitely not good enough to save this single. So Matt Bianco, Whose Side Are You On? Doesn't stay, goes. And we have Cheryl Baker, that I thought was some kind of singer-songwriter, Susan Vega style. Boy, was I wrong. This song is Paradise Is Half As Nice, has a pop rockish style with a pretty big and powerful production, but the melody isn't sticking one bit, and it sounds like she has been taking here and there and stealing a little from many songs to create the melody, and pretty limping and weak song, to be honest. The B-side, pretty great sounding and cozy ballad, but also very boring. So this one, Cheryl Baker, sorry. Then finally we have Straight to the Bank, Bill Summers and the Summer Heat. Released on Prestige in 1978. I predicted it would be jazz funk, and I was right. It is jazz funk, Straight to the Bank. And this is a huge Earth, Wind & Fire warning, because it definitely sounds very much like Earth, Wind & Fire, and that is never wrong. It's great horns. It is maybe this doesn't have the best melody. It could be a better melody, but it is great sound, great horns, and I like the groove. B-side, Your Love, is also jazz funk, but more soft and more cozy, little more balladish. What Bill Summers needs to do maybe is work on the melodies, because he works very much with having repetitive melodies that doesn't have that much imagination, but is still very cool, very nice, very well made, really nice Earth, Wind & Fire sound. So this one definitely, for the groove and for the horns and for the sound, stays included. So 4 out of these 7 stays. The rest of the 3 is out the door. So, little odd video, and I hope that you enjoyed this format also. So I don't know how much I will be able to do a balcony video, but I hope at least I can do the final part of my vinyl CD update on the balcony. Until next time, I hope that you have a really nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Take care, and so long.